Hey, and welcome back to Motherhood Decoded. So, in this episode, we're decoding becoming your mother. So, the couple articles that we have to share today were actually both written by me several years ago, earlier on in my motherhood journey. And the first one that I'm going to read to you is The Ghosts of Mothers Past, that I originally wrote in 2015. My daughter asked me the other day, "Who called you mommy before me?" To which I replied, "Nobody. I wasn't a mommy until you made me a mommy." She said back to me incredulously, "What did they call you from when you were a baby? Courtney?" Yes. Yes, I am no longer Courtney. I am mommy. And sometimes I feel like I'm my mother. Ever hear something come out of your mouth and go, "Ah, I sound like my mother"? It happens to all of us. It's happened to me on many occasions. Once you have kids of your own, all the things you admire and despise about your own upbringing are thrown in your face. After having my daughter, I'm actually closer to both my parents than I have ever been. After these past almost 6 years of being a mother myself, I've realized how much of an amazing mom mine really was. She never let us be aware when times were rough and we had no money. She always kept things fun. She taught us discipline and respect. She couldn't really cook. She lost her temper more times than she could have, and we really didn't like each other for a lot of years. But I now know I have the best mom ever. And little side note, she can cook really well. I have learned to recognize the tendencies I inherited from her that aren't so good and to correct those in myself. I've also learned to model her examples in a lot of areas. I never knew how poor we really were throughout my younger years while my parents raised the five of us. We just knew we were in a family full of love, fun, and where respect was required above all else. My dad once owned a tax prep company, and my mom helped him there. The building had a basement where my dad kept a TV and a couch for us to spend the day. It was over winter break, and my mom had packed a whole backpack full of food for the day. She left it by the back alley door outside to keep it cold. At lunchtime, she discovered someone had stolen the backpack. She told all of us that we had been able to bless someone else that would have gone hungry without it. My dad had this huge canister of Tang, if anybody remembers that, and we thought it was the greatest day ever because we got to drink as much of it as we wanted instead of eating lunch. Oh, to be young again. Apparently, we had been on food stamps and WIC most of my childhood, and I never knew. One of my favorite weeks of my youth was when we ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day for lunch and dinner. I found out much later in life that we did that because my parents couldn't afford any other food for us. My mom, in her true fashion, made it a fun memory for us kids. At each meal, she brought out a huge popcorn tin that was filled with so many different cookie cutter shapes. We got to pick one and make a shape out of our favorite PB&J. We had to eat the outer part first. She was tricky, got us to eat the crust first, and then we got to eat our fun shapes. I have tried to make sure that no matter how good times have been or how much we've struggled, that I always laugh with my child once a day and give her memories of just being allowed to be a happy kid. This generation seems to be growing up way too fast, and my own already wants to be such a big girl at only 5.5. And now she's 14. We encourage her to just be a kid and enjoy this time of her life. She will never get it back, and I want to protect her happiness just like my mom did mine. So thanks, Mom. I'm proud to be like you.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this content, make sure to click the like button, share with a friend, and hit the bell to subscribe and be notified when we have new stuff to share. Doesn't cost anything, so why not?
And then the other one was from a few years later in 2018, and it's called You Know You're a Mom When. All we moms have that moment when we realize we've actually arrived at true motherhood. Here are some examples of those moments. Something blurts out of your mouth and you go, "Oh crap, I am my mother." Feeling every range of emotion on any given day is the norm. Being tuned into every little noise or absence of noise, especially in the toddler years, is second nature. You only have Minions and Shopkins bandages in the medicine cabinet, or whatever is popular these days with the little ones. You can't find those 5 minutes you used to harass your own mother about not finding to shave your own legs. Your biggest workout is bending down over and over to load and unload washers, dryers, and washing machines, or pick up toys. You make up your own curse words like fudge buckets, which I do actually continue to use to this day. Finding a date night with your significant other is the biggest deal in the whole world. Having a surprise night where someone takes the kids is like winning the lottery. It's perfectly normal to let your kids do your hair with 25 braids in every color of hair, tie, bow, and then go out in public without even looking in the mirror, all while wearing a fun mom-themed tee. Feeling the most intense and all-consuming love you've ever experienced when you glance down at a sleeping, angelic face you helped create. That's motherhood. Crazy, infuriating, satisfying, challenging, amazing, wonderful, tumultuous, transcending, fulfilling. Enjoy every moment of being a mom because time flies by too quickly. What are your favorite moments of being a mom? When did you have your, oh boy, I really am a mom moment for the first time? That realization can be amusing or terrifying. Embrace all of it. And feel free to share with us your own stories down below.
Scan the QR code to be taken to our site and see all the new stuff that we put out every week.